Self-control is essential for a balanced and fulfilling life. It helps us make good choices, guiding us to think before we act. It helps us achieve our goals, turning our dreams into reality through consistent effort. Without self-control, we are ruled by our emotions, often leading to chaos and instability. We make impulsive decisions, and this can lead to regrets and missed opportunities. Self-control is like a muscle. It needs regular exercise to grow strong and resilient. We can practice self-control in daily life. We can resist temptations and make mindful choices. Napoleon Hill understood the immense power of self-control. He wrote extensively about it in his influential book, The Law of Success. In the book, Hill describes how he used writing to manage his own emotions. He found that writing provided a healthy outlet for anger and frustration. In one instance, Hill faced a business deal that went sour. He felt angry and betrayed. He wanted to lash out at those he felt had wronged him. However, Hill knew that acting in anger would only worsen the situation. Instead, he took out his notepad and began to write. He poured all his anger, frustration, and disappointment onto the page. He didn't censor himself, he simply allowed the words to flow freely. The therapeutic value of putting pen to paper. Initially, Hill intended to send the letter, but after reading it over, he realized that the act of writing had already served its purpose. The anger that once consumed him had dissipated. Instead of sending the letter, he crumpled it up and threw it away. Hill discovered his act of writing was very therapeutic, allowing him to release his emotions safely and privately without fear of judgment. By putting feelings into words, he gained a sense of perspective, seeing his emotions laid out clearly. Writing about his anger helped him to understand it better, unraveling the tangled web of his thoughts. Hill could identify the root cause of his anger, pinpointing the exact moments that triggered his feelings. He could also see the situation more objectively, distancing himself from the immediate emotional response. This process allowed him to calm down and think clearly, providing a mental space to breathe. Writing had transformed his anger into a source of clarity and growth, turning chaos into order and understanding. He began to do this regularly each time, finding that writing out his frustrations allowed him to release them without causing damage to himself or others. Harnessing the power of writing. Hill's experience highlights the therapeutic power of writing, showing how it can be a profound tool for emotional healing. When we write, we access our subconscious mind, tapping into thoughts and feelings we might not even be aware of. Some find physical pen and paper more useful than a keyboard, but see what works for you. When we write, we bring hidden emotions to the surface, allowing us to confront and understand them. This can be incredibly cathartic, providing a sense of relief and emotional release. It allows us to process and release pent-up emotions, which can otherwise weigh us down. Writing also helps us to organize our thoughts, making sense of the chaos in our minds. When our emotions are overwhelming, it can be difficult to think straight, and writing provides a structured outlet. Writing allows us to slow down and examine our thoughts and feelings more clearly, offering a moment of reflection. The symbolic act of tearing it up, throwing it away, or maybe even burning the scathing paper can even serve as an emotional release for you. Or perhaps you wish to save it to reflect on at another time. We can all benefit from incorporating writing into our emotional toolkit, regardless of our skill as a writer. Whether it's journaling, free writing, or even just jotting down our thoughts in a notepad, writing can help us to process and release difficult emotions, gain clarity and perspective, develop self-awareness, and improve our decision-making. It is a versatile and accessible tool for everyone. Mastering self-control effectively. Napoleon Hill's teachings remind us that self-control is not about suppressing our emotions, it's about understanding and managing them effectively. Just like setting off a bomb in an open field prevents destruction, writing allows us to diffuse emotional tension safely and constructively. Hill's method is simple yet profound. When overwhelmed, he would write down everything he felt until the intensity subsided. If the anger was directed at an individual, he never gave that person that letter or let it become public. Usually it was discarded, the very act of writing it having served the purpose. By embracing writing as a means of emotional regulation, we can develop greater self-awareness, resilience, and inner peace. As we navigate the challenges of life, let us remember the power of the written word to guide us towards greater self-mastery.